Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to start off with a very interesting episode and a bitter truth. Sales doesn't hate marketing, it just doesn't trust your leads. And deep down, you know why. You have shipped beautiful campaigns, but sales ignores and goes your hand off. You hit every KPI, but pipeline still dried up. Because here is the painful truth, right? You are sending activity, not readiness. And bad news, sales can smell it. So stick with me for next 15 minutes and you'll walk away with 5 GTM signals that actually predict revenue. The full signal grid your sales team will love, right? And a plug and play playbook to rebuild trust with sales. And let me say this, right? Welcome to the 100K club, the top 5% marketers who think differently. We are not here to tweak campaign. We are here to rebuild the GTM system. If you're not subscribed, fix that right now. So let's go. Sales and marketing alignment is a band-aid over a bullet wound. You don't have a communication problem, you have a credibility problem. Sales doesn't trust your leads because you have given them form fill, not signal. Noise, not readiness. Hope, not pipeline. And hope is not a GTM strategy, right? So let me start off with a story, right? We were riding high. We had about 3,500 MQLs, 180 hot SQLs, and we were very happy. We were celebration, and we were kind of patting on our own back. But sales didn't follow up, right? Even though the dashboard was glowing, right? Zero pipeline, zero interest, and zero trust. And I get a call from our sales lead. Let's call him Arjun, right? He said, if you send me one more ebook download as an SQL, I'm going to block you. They are not buying, they are browsing. And he was right. I was passing scores, not signals, form fills, not motion. My entire GTM model was built on false indicators. And here is the truth, right? Your marketing leads aren't bad, they're just not buyers. Here is what we are sending to sales, right? A student doing thesis research, a competitor snooping on ideas, a junior marketer curious but powerless, or even a job hopper. Everyone had a lead score above 70. But none were ready, right? None had tension, none had trigger events. And this is where most GTM systems collapse, at the very handoff. A lead that watches your ROI calculator video twice is more ready than someone who fills out 5 forms. This is the shift that separates marketers who generate activity from marketers who generate momentum. And let me break it down. Most GTM systems track events, a download, a click, a form fill. But sales doesn't move on events, they move on signals, indicators of urgency, tension, and change. So here are the 5 GTM signals that actually predict sales readiness. The first one is trigger events. These are external moments that shake the status quo. Let me give you an example, right? A new VP of sales is hired. The company raises Series B or C funding. Their vendor just got acquired. These moments create budget, urgency, and openness to change. And yet, most CRM don't even track them. Leads tied to external momentum or external trigger events convert 64% faster than non-trigger leads. Let's go to the second one on this, right? The pricing page velocity. Right? Now, pricing page velocity is an important signal. A lead who visits your pricing page twice in 2 to 3 days, scrolls and stays more than 45 seconds, returns again and watches your demo video. That's not a casual visitor. That's someone calculating ROI. That's someone preparing for internal buying conversation. A recent SaaS pipeline that I fixed when I was a fractional CMO, 84% of the closed won deals had visited pricing 2 times or more before the first sales call. Meanwhile, less than 10% of MQLs ever saw the pricing page at all. The third signal that I want to talk to you is about tool comparison behavior. When someone searches your product versus a competitor, or downloads your feature comparison PDF, or clicks on G2 or any other product review site, whether it's Trustpilot or whatever that is, that's a signal. Because comparison only happens when someone is past problem awareness and they are into solution sorting. So ask your sales team, right? These are the leads they close faster. And yet 90% of the marketers don't score this behavior. They score a webinar, right? The fourth signal that I want to talk to you is about ROI or some kind of tool usage, right? Whether it's a maturity or a calculator or something like that. So here is the big one that most marketers have forgot. If someone uses your ROI calculator or your estimator or a timeline wizard, they are not browsing. They're trying to justify change to their boss. They are preparing for an internal buy-in, which is where the deals are won or lost. You know, one client of ours moved the CTA above the fold and saw a 2x, 3x increase in marketing qualified opportunities without changing ad spend. The fifth signal that I want to talk about is the org level momentum. This one is subtle, but is very powerful. Let's say that the account suddenly posts 5 job listings related to your category, right? Or your ABM target publishes a press release about aggressive expansion, right? Or the current vendor they use just got hit with a price hike. That's account level urgency. It affects buying cycle even when your lead hasn't changed behavior yet. These are the accounts that close faster when touched at the right time, and yet most marketers are blind to this layer of insight. So why this matter? Because if you're still measuring ebook downloads, webinar registrations, page views, you're tracking noise. Sales want signals of movement, signals of change, signals that say the buyer is under tension. Now is the time. These 5 are not vanity metrics. They are the DNA of momentum. And once we start optimizing GTM for these signals, pipeline velocity will increase up to 30%, SDR to opportunity conversion will double, and sales will start asking for more marketing source lead, not fewer. That's when you know marketing is no longer fighting for respect. You're earning it every week. I want to talk to you a little bit about signal grid, right? And how do you change it? How do you flip it on its head, right? And your lead scoring model is lying to you. And it always has. It's not ranking buyer intent, it's ranking engagement noise. Most market obsess over what content was consumed, but ignore the why, who, and what changed around that behavior. That's why we build signal grids, not scores, because scoring is internal fiction, signals are external evidence of motion. So how do you create these, right? The layer 1 is profile match, and most marketers stop here. This is the only layer most teams check. Is it the right job title? Is it the right company size? Is it the right industry match? But here is the mistake, right? A perfect match sitting still is a dead lead, right? Think about it. Your ideal buyer with no urgency is worse than a non-ICP in motion. In a recent audit, 63% of high score MQLs matched ICP, but less than 8% even replied to anything. So use layer 1 only as a minimum pass gate. It's not a readiness signal. The layer 2 is even more important, the behavior signal, the motion layer. Right? Someone who watches your pricing video 3 times is more valuable than someone who downloaded 5 ebooks. This layer looks at pages visited in sequence, repeat visits by to key conversion pages, interactive assets used, whether it's ROI calculator, maturity index, or something like that. So what do you track, right? You track for recency, you track for depth, you track for frequency. And what this does, right, it prioritizes active intent over passive engagement. It identifies buying behavior patterns, not just curiosity. The layer 3 is the organizational momentum, right? And that's the missing layer. Most of your leads are not ready until their company is, right? This is the layer almost no one tracks, and it is the most powerful. Organization is hiring for related roles. They just raise funding. There is a new decision maker. They just published an RFP. The current vendor had a breach or a price hike. And where do you find this? You look at your sales intelligence tools. You look at LinkedIn job posts. You set news alerts for press releases. You look at the intent data. Now, why the signal grid works, right? Because when you only pass leads that meet layer 1 profile match and layer 2 behavior signal or layer 3, you filter 60 or 80% of the noise before sales ever sees it. And sales trust skyrockets. Lead to opportunity ratio improves dramatically. Campaign efficiency increases without spending more. This is not about more leads. This is about passing fewer leads that actually close. So here is what you can do tomorrow, right? Here is your zero fluff mid-level marketer playbook, right? Audit 10 handoffs. How many closed? Why or why not? Build a readiness grid with sales, right? And define layer 1, 2, and 3. Replace gated content with tools, ROI, integration, maturity index, readiness quiz, all of that, right? Create a hot signal alert, right? Get sales excited through your Teams or email or your Salesforce notification. Filter your CRM leads through this grid and start routing only intent backed opportunity. And this is not optimization. This is a GTM reset. So you are not like others, right? You are not chasing leads. You are building trust. That's what the top 5% marketers do. You are not a lead machine. You are a signal architect. You build what sales can close. So drop a comment. No more fake leads. Let's see how many of you are ready to change this game. Next episode, the buyer journey is fiction. Here is what actually moves pipeline. Subscribe now. Don't miss what's coming because this is a trend. It's a takeover. Until next time, cheers.